Hello. All right, so today's video is here. I guess I'll start with a question. So, do you struggle retaining customers and leaving an impression where they want to come back and eat your food? So, I have a few tips and ways to approach this, and I've broken it down into like a sequence. And, in a way, I want to show this and share this with you so you can help build and retain your customer base better. So the first step is just gonna see. So I'm just practicing writing this right now. So I guess I can do it there. Okay, there we go. So the first step is you ask them, "Hi, how can I help you?" So you just ask them, right? If they're coming and they're looking at the menu and they're kind of deciding what they want, approach them first in a warm, kind of friendly manner. Be very approachable. Just say, "Hi, how can I help you?" They'll either ignore you or they'll say something. Most of the time, they'll talk to you, and sometimes they just kind of browse the whole menu too. And just that interaction already has helped kind of create this sort of perception that they're friendly, and you know what? Just because they said hi to me, I'm gonna come back there and eat. That's a potential outcome. Or they're just looking for something else, who knows, right? But at least this gives you a higher chance and probability of them coming back to buy your food. So that's the first step. The second step is ask for their name. And then asking could be in many ways, like, "Can I have your name?" or whatnot. I like to phrase it in a way where it's may. May I have your name? It's asking for permission, whereas like can is a bit more like direct almost, and in a way like they're a stranger. So asking for permission, which is like a may statement, is a much more polite and friendly way to approach, and you're giving them and you're asking for permission for them to give him your their name to you. May I have your name? So far we have two. There's going to be another total of four. It's like a step process in our operations. So when you get their name, I want you to start responding to them right away by their name. So, and when I say respond, I want you to respond in a way that's grateful, just thanking them for the interaction. So, showing gratitude. Thank you. Name. So, what this what this does for the interaction is that it builds more. It's just a better emotion when you're grateful for anything. It's like a great neutralizer. They could be having a bad day. Just thanking them may lighten whatever they're dealing with. Just having this sort of warm kind of tone and just being grateful, it's just a neutralizer for all negative emotions, I found. Like if you're sad, being grateful neutralizes that. When you're angry, being grateful neutralizes that. Just showing it, and humans tend to mirror each other. Just because you've displayed that emotion, you'll get a better customer experience. So always, like, let's just say for an example, you go through the interaction. "Hey, how can I help you?" And they're pondering, and then they'll think, "Yeah, I'd like to know about this." And then you respond to that, and then you kind of start up a conversation. Then you ask, like, "May I have your name, sir or ma'am?" You can say it anyway in your words, but just using the may as asking permission is very key. They'll give you their name, immediately thank them, like, "Thank you," their name. "Thank you, John." "Thank you, Mary." Right off the bat, you're already building this sort of rapport and connection with the individual, and you genuinely want to get to know them. This is essentially a sales. Like, you want to figure out what sort of problem they have, and then how can you serve them better, right? And it just creates a better interaction overall, and you give them the permission to decide what they want. So these three are the key. The fourth one is just for our operations only, since we use Toast. So what I mean by that is we used to have like a pager system, And essentially, when we gave out the pages, when they were waiting for the food, they would walk around. And sometimes they would forget and bring it home. And now, since we've moved over to Toast, we do a text message. So asking for the phone number can be very like direct. How I approach that is, if you can, or if in this process you already know the person's name, you ask them like, "Hey John, may we text you when the order is ready?" So this way it'll just like solve a couple of things right off the bat. You don't have to ask like, "Hey, can I have your phone number?" They'll start asking like, "Why do you need my phone number?" You know what I mean? So just phrasing it that and then asking for permission already kind of solves two things at once. So one, that they don't have to feel like, oh, they're not trying to use this for marketing, which we aren't. You'll tell them that afterwards, but this will speed up the process, especially when there's a lineup right behind. So I want you to kind of keep in mind that uh, asking for permission is key for a good customer service, and then also the energy and the vibe that you do too. And then also explaining. So, may we text you when the order is ready? They'll say yes 90% of the time. And if they say no, if there's an objection, just share with them like, hey, this isn't used for marketing. It's just simply to text you when the order is ready. And if they still have high distrust, totally understandable. Um, just ask them to stay near the front so you can call out their name and give them the order. But this is the process to kind of create a very positive interaction for our operations and to help smooth out the flow of customers, because you don't want to have too much of a long conversation, but just enough to kind of get what they want and to smooth out the operation in a way that is clean and efficient. But anyways, yeah, I should probably write this down. Is it okay if we text you when the order is ready? All right, awesome. Now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out to Nin, Arinho, or Caden. They're great. I already informed them in the process here. So, yeah, thanks, guys. See you when I see you.